Oh, hi everybody. Hey, surprise, surprise. We are now live.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm using a Razer Motorola
On Sprint.
on Sprint. I'm using it on a Singular.
Yeah.
Singular wireless. I'm not aging myself. This is all brand new 22-year-old hosts in a really cool podcast that talks about Fortnite. We are called the Saltier Podcast. This is episode 132 coming to you from the beautiful, beautiful steel painted skies of the Pacific Northwest, part of the network of many, 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 what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but that was very eloquent. Still painted sky.
It almost. I know. Yeah, London did whiff. We can't fire London. We don't pay her any money.
Yeah.
We'll keep dragging the carrot with the.
How can you fire someone who was never really employed?
We'll keep telling her we're going to give her school credits. I don't even know which college we're working with. Is it Steve-O's Clown College?
ITT Tech.
ITT Tech, baby. Oh, what's the one? University of Phoenix. That's. Oh, wait. Can we get real right now? Maniacs that are listening right now. We're going to give school credits to Art Institute. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, that's too soon.
That's too soon. Sorry.
I had
think
two
some of them
pseudo
are
loans from them.
still open.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Some of them didn't go away. But,
Jesus.
Speaking of
I
that-
still have my. I paid off my direct student loan with them, so I just have my government loans with them. So 2 of us went there.
Yes.
John Oliver, save us.
I had it in 2 different states, and because I live in Washington, I couldn't do anything about it.
Oh.
Because if you lived in Washington and 2 other states, you couldn't do anything about it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Full of Debt podcast where we talk about
not
how
anymore.
much we spent at college. Yeah,
Not anymore. Those are gone, baby. Keep going, Sage Bell.
Oh, I was giving time for. What do you mean? Keep going.
No, I was saying,
Paying off.
keep going. One day you'll be done.
Oh, I see. Yeah, paying it off, or we could just.
We'll pop courts.
Who's the Sally Mae person? Can we just?
Oh, Sally Mae got transferred over to other things. So, because Sally Mae got sued, and Sally Mae was what Art Institute used or something. And
Yeah,
so
it
got all
is.
swapped over to other things.
It was a shit show.
Yeah, we didn't have to do anything. We just didn't end up with Sally Mae anymore.
I was very fortunate that, and I've said this on the podcast before. Maybe episode 110, maybe episode 80, maybe on the podcast that must not be named right now, episode 30 or 40, something like that. But I remember saying that I went to AI for game design for 1 quarter. And game design was real new back then. So we got our first graduating class alumni visit us. And after all that money, he got thrown in QA. And I saw that. I went, cool. I'm going to not do that.
Yeah.
And I split. I had fun at the school. We played a lot of video games. I made a lot of friends. But not for that money. I couldn't do it.
My thing was, and this happened down in Cali. Well, in Cali, it happened. There was kids that went there, and if you didn't say anything, or if you just showed the video to somebody, they'd be like, "Oh, what movie is this? I haven't seen this commercial before." Like, no, this is somebody's homework because they're already doing it professionally. They're just here for that piece of paper. Then when I came up to Washington, you started getting alumni coming back, or you just go to school with somebody, they graduate, and 6 months later, you see them at the mall, and you're like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, I couldn't get a job," and I'm like, "You couldn't get a job, dude? Like, your shit looked like a movie." You couldn't get a job. Like, what am I even doing here?
Uncredited, baby.
Yep. So that was the turning point for me right there.
So going back to the intro, welcome to the fully credited video game podcast where your argument is
Invalid.
Thank you. We are brought to you by Voodoo Ranger IPA. That's New Belgium's very own IPA line. Very few companies can say that they have 2, no, 3, no, 8 at this point, different IPA expressions, given the season, which we're oh my God, we're getting close to Atomic Pumpkin, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. It's getting closer.
Baby. This is a B Corp certified and employee-owned company. They don't take themselves too seriously, but they also care about gamers and care about the juice. They care about the actual product they're out there. They're not.
the juice.
They got the juice. Check them out. Currently, what do we got on deck? Because how did that sound, everybody?
That was not bad.
I currently have the Fruit Smash. They have a hard seltzer line, and it's a little better for my tum-tum. But what you all got? Let's see your cans.
I think this is a very balanced one. What you got, Sage Bell?
I have the V2K IPA. It's the 6.9%. It's their seasonal hipster style.
Yo, savoring
Nice.
dot.
Yo, so that's what I'm
Hands
saying.
up. Gotta
This
take
is
a
perfect.
picture.
Hold on, yeah, this is perfect because this is a very well rounded because you got the Fruit Smash, you got the straight up Voodoo Ranger, and I've got the Fat Tire here.
Okay, 3,
This is the
2,
Fat Tire.
1. We did. Oh my God, Sage's cute little face. What was that?
Gotta
Puffer
represent
fishes.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
duck lips, right?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
so
no, that's more like
yeah,
I can't.
so I
I
got
was
the
thinking
amber.
of the puffer fish from Mario.
Oh, yeah, the little not a cheap out there.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, I think those are no, Cheap Cheap's the birds. I don't even remember, but yeah, I got the Fat Tire, the Voodoo Ranger, and the
goat.
Fruit Smash.
The
So
goat.
we
The
got 'em
fat
all
tire is
covered.
the thing that funds everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So check them out. At Voodoo Ranger on Instagram and Twitter. What a fantastic Instagram account they have. I can only imagine their TikTok is pretty interesting. Or are they doing that?
I haven't seen them, but I'm not as active on TikTok as you'd think.
Me neither. I don't really ticky-tacky.
No. I see them like collaterally because I'll watch like some YouTube shorts and people just resubmit stuff to that. So that's about it.
That is about it. Check them out. Thank you, Lauren, and thank you everybody over at Voodoo Ranger. We love you and we love that juice. And before we introduce everybody here, I want to just note that our background has our fourth bonus host screaming into the sky. If you look beneath Sage Bell, we have our homie All Might Sky just I love that background so much. It's so good. But I am Loud and Brown, at Loud and Brown on Twitter and Instagram. I've been pretty quiet on Steam. I kind of been working 6-day work weeks. Boo-hoo. But hey, it's the summer. I'm milking the cash for what I got. And I'll probably be back to normal in a couple weeks. So not a whole lot of Steam for me. But when I'm on Steam and on PlayStation, I am at Gross Def with a PH. And to my left.
Hello, it's me, Sage Bell, on Twitch and Twitter. Else you can add like an underscore model or a dot model on the other platforms. You can see me on Wednesday nights, typically around 7 p.m. Pacific. Last week I was playing a demo that we'll talk about later. I saw it during a thing I watched. I watched the ID at Xbox, and so I downloaded the demo. Obviously, I've been playing Dead by Daylight. That's, nothing new. And I looked up what I was doing wrong in Jurassic World because I got stuck somewhere and I didn't want to stream where I was stuck. So that's what I've been up to. I believe,
Nice.
I have not finished We Happy Few yet. I wanted to take a brief break.
Okay, you still working on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And below.
Hello. This is the save rings ... And I can quit Final Fantasy 14 anytime I want. Right? You guys leave me alone.
You keep telling yourself that.
You can find me in the world of Eorzea, running around as my little plucky level 70 paladin, the best dressed character in every cutscene in every dungeon. Because I got a baby blue tuxedo that I rock with just my paladin gauntlets on.
You're so proud.
Yeah.
Proud.
I wanted that since level 1 because I was like, I want a little just run around in a tuxedo and just kick ass. Like that'd be hilarious. Like a little I kind of thought about it ahead because my character's hair is blue. It's not the same as a tuxedo, but it's close enough. And so I just have a sick ass sword and a shield. And I got Cloud's boots on. Cloud from Final Fantasy VII. I'm wearing his boots, but they're tucked in like they're tucked into my pants. The pants are over the top of them. And then I just got a 1980s prom tuxedo on, running around, and that's what I've been doing.
Sure, it didn't happen. pics or it didn't happen.
I will say
screen share.
that game is a lot of value. Holy shit. There's a lot of game there, especially just in the trial. I'm still playing the second expansion pack stuff while I'm already into the third expansion. Oh no, it's the first expansion. I'm still playing the first expansion pack stuff while I'm already like starting to get into the second one. I went back because I saw somebody wearing some sneakers that I wanted, and I was like, how do you get those? So I found out what they were called, and I Googled them, and it turns out there's like this like extra event you can do after you beat the first expansion pack. There's extra stuff, and then there's more extra stuff, and then extra stuff goes into the second expansion. Well, there's more stuff past that. So I ended up like veering off, and it turned into like 2 days of me doing this stuff. And I'm like, there's a lot of game here. Like this is a whole lot of game for like $20. So it's a lot of game. So I've been having a blast with that. Hit me up just on the Twitter or on the Facebook or on our Steam group. Let me plug that. Our Solitaire Podcast Steam group. You can also get notifications when we post videos. So if you're not on any of the social medias and stuff, and you're playing games and you're on Steam and you want to see when we're broadcasting, that's every Monday at 8 o'clock Pacific time. Join the Steam group, you get a notification. So that's all I've been doing, and I look forward to playing the first actual Stellaris update since they announced that they're going to split their team up. They're going to have one team that works on new content and one team that's going to go back and like fix the game and like do performance improvements and go back and add stuff to previous DLCs. So if you have the DLCs or bought a DLC, it might get a boost and it might get some more content and get things rebalanced. So I think in another month or so, they're going to roll out that first patch. It's going to have all that rebalancing and stuff in it. So I look forward to playing that and just talking about Stellaris and Final Fantasy. Two games I'll go on about.
We'll get into it. We actually have a good amount of topics. And so shall we?
Yeah.
All right. With no thanks to London, let's move on. We're starting off with Oli Oli.
So yeah, during ID at Xbox, I saw 2 games I liked. And Oli Oli World is already out on some other platforms. If London is hanging out with us, we can get a little video clip of it. So it was already announced for the Switch and the PlayStation. It's officially coming to Xbox.
Oh, I've seen this. This is cool. Oh, the game director. Okay, there it is.
Cool. So, yeah, it's like a really cute art style, and you get to do skateboarding and stuff. Because Ollie, like...
Oh, Ollie World. Oh, got it. This is tight. Hey! Yeah. I love the art style.
I knew you would love the character designs, the art style, and I was just like, this is adorable, but also, like, really inclusive in its own way.
That's dope.
That kind of looks like you, Derek.
Oh man, if I straighten my hair, yep.
Yeah.
That is me with the cast. Oh, this is the gameplay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about this.
Oh, yeah, I have seen this.
This looks great.
Isn't that cute?
So tough. And then that's funny. And then the trailer is like, let's get someone that looks. Oh wow, yeah. That dude skates for sure. I see. They're people that work on the team. Got it. I'm about it. Yep. Got to flex my Steam account.
Yeah.
Sorry, PlayStation. I'm tapering off. You know this. I haven't like bought a PlayStation game in so long.
Add to your wish list. I'm doing that right now.
Cool.
Is it available on Steam?
Yep.
Sweet.
All right. Well, that's exciting. Maniacs, jump on that.
I guess I should premise ID at Xbox is for indie designers, indie games.
This would be sweet on the Steam Deck.
Ooh.
It's on a plane or something.
It's a pre-PAX thing. It usually happens the Thursday before PAX at Microsoft campus.
Oh,
Okay.
I see. And we'll talk about that in a little bit.
And also check Steam because they have a at PAX thing where all the games that are on Steam that are at PAX, there's some kind of deal. You could play a demo, you'll get it for cheap. You can buy it in a bundle with games that the developers also already made. So check out Steam when PAX is going on. It's pretty.
All right.
I run into something.
Speaking of that, The Veil, Shadow of the Crown, is an auditory-based game. So you're a blind adventurer, and you need to have good headset for this game.
Oh, wow.
All you're going to see is like speckles. So like it's literally directional with all the sounds. And I played through the demo of it, and so you can see how it's just That's how it is. It's super immersive. You have no sight at all. This is what you see. It'll be different colors. And you have to react based on where the sound is. And so in the demo, I'm learning how to fight. And so I'll hear them do the, and so I have to either block or I have to hit. And so it's, if you're on controller, one joystick is block, one joystick is hit, and you cannot use both at the same time. So you cannot block and then hit. You have to block, let go, hit.
Wow.
Developer is Falling Squirrel Incorporated. No, Falling Squirrel, and then they're self-publishing it, and their publishing division is called Falling Squirrel Incorporated.
That's
The
freaking
game
great.
is
That's
super cool.
that'd
Also on Steam. Just added that to my wish list.
You can play the demo on Steam right now.
be. Hey.
Can you?
Yep. I played it on stream last week. And I would just kind of make it full screen and try to show what my hands were doing as I was listening, because you're a princess, but since your brother's taken over the kingdom, you're kind of getting pushed out because you're the second sibling, so you don't get to be in the castle. You have to be out in, like, you know.
Yo, the screenshots are hilarious. If you go to the Steam page, it's just like, because your character's blind, so it's just like black with little dots on it. There's like 9 screenshots in a row that are just black with little dots on it. And then there's a map. Is the map in Braille? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you can actually see the map, so at least you can tell if you're like turned around when you need to like check things.
See, like, okay, if you're gonna go with all that and have it be like where you can sense the things and, you know, all that kind of stuff, they should have it where. Have you guys ever played Psychonauts? It's
No.
really clever how they do all the psychic stuff. So like for telekinesis, it's like a hand, and like you can see it, but like nobody else can really see it. Like everybody else just gets slapped around by it. But it's like when you pick things up, it pinches it, and you can see it. When you're like punching things or like closing things, you can see the hand like go up and like smack it. So there's like really clever ways that they show the different powers. So I think in this one, the map should be like a mental image of the map, and sometimes it'll change. Like if you get hit in the head, it might, part of the map might go fuzzy or something, you know. So I think they should do that instead of just like a drawn out map. It should be like a mental image or something. You hear that, devs? That's a free one. Shit writes itself.
The game comes out, I think, on this week, so
They could do a patch or something. And that'll be a future update. But yeah, very clever. I like, yeah. Even if this game itself doesn't whatever, but like to see whoever takes this idea and does something with it, you know, like, or if it's like in a big AAA game and they use something like this, like it'd be interesting to see. That's a very good concept, I think.
it's super cool because then you just turn up your headset really high, and so you have to just get really good at your spatial awareness.
Yes, yeah, and I got some nice ones. Even though I think I need to get some newer ones of these, because like I've had these forever and look at them, they're just getting gnarly.
And to respond to the chat, Caliph FB82, no, Kirby is not the greatest character at Smash. This is in 2004, and he's one of my buddies from back in the day who used to just troll all of our games and just drop bricks on everybody. He's great. He's great.
And you can fly pretty much, like boop boop boop, and you get the 1,000 hand slap, the fucking body slam, all that.
Nope.
Yep.
But moving on, oh my God, so many topic saverings. Look at that green. Green? Is that because you smoke trees?
That's just a happy coincidence.
Oh,
It's just a happy little tree.
It's just a happy little tree. Okay. It looks the dates for Steam sales. Oh, Steam sales.
Yes.
I see what you mean. Not okay. I see what you mean.
Yes,
Complete.
London, are you there? Tap tap tap. All right, London's still there. She hasn't given up on us yet.
Thank you, London.
If you want to close that little ad, and then see this why you need the ad block. But then it makes you turn it off now on most websites. If you scroll down, you're going to see some dates here. So this was leaked by Steam Database. And pretty much whenever you see a Steam sale leak, it's pretty much always accurate. It's like 99% accurate. So the next one we have coming up is the Tabletop Fest. That'll be the 21st to the 25th. That sounds like kind of a niche one. We'll get a lot of like tabletop simulator. We'll get like Risk and other types of games. Maybe you'll get like some RPGs like Pillars of Eternity or Divinity 1 and 2, because those kind of play like top-down RPG type games, or like tabletop games, I should say. The next one is the Halloween sale. That's usually kind of hit or miss. Sometimes there's games in there. I know Sage Bell is going to be racking up because that's a lot of runaway fast games.
Well, since we're talking about Steam and Halloween games,
Mhm.
so Dead by Daylight just announced that they're going to be getting rid of their Stranger Things expansion.
They probably couldn't afford that licensing fee, huh?
I think so. The characters will still be playable, but they're getting rid of the map, and you will no longer be able to buy them after like November 11th or something.
Okay, so it's like a limited time thing. So if you own it, you own it, but after that, you can't buy it anymore.
Correct.
Okay. Got it. That's like Rocket League on Steam. If you have it on Steam right now, you're all good, but you can't buy it anymore on there.
I think that's the same with Apex.
Yeah. Is it Apex?
Yeah, because I can't install Apex on Steam even though I have Apex. I have to go over to the other.
Which is weird because it's like the fourth or fifth most played game on Steam this whole time, and like they can't buy it on there, and it's still like the fourth or fifth. Yeah, that's weird. Why would you not want it on Steam? That's stupid. So the next one we got is the autumn sale. That's usually pretty good, and there's usually a pretty good event that's going on. So if you want like the cool autumn backgrounds and some cool badges and collectible cards and shit like that, that's a good one usually. And there are some pretty good sales in there, but it's usually just a primer for the Big Daddy, which is the winter sale, and that goes from the 22nd to the 5th of January. That's the big one right there. That's the one you save all your pennies for. So start loading up your PayPal, and you're good to go. So that's the big one. So just a public service announcement for all the gamers out there. Also, I think by the time that the winter sales comes around, some people might start getting their Steam Decks in their hands because they're going to start shipping in December. So that should be interesting. That'll be maybe my first Steam sale on my Steam Deck.
Ooh.
We'll see. Merry
And
Christmas to me.
a big what's up to our friend Elizabeth on our YouTube chat. I keep forgetting to toggle back, but hey, Elizabeth.
What's up?
Sadu.
YouTube. And for our next topic here, what else did I put down? Oh, this is something that came up. It happened a little while ago. I think about a week and a half ago, but it started picking up traction in the last few days. Basically, Amazon. You got that here for us, London. You lovely, lovely person, you. But basically, Amazon. If you work for Amazon and you want to make a game on the side, it's pretty much like the most draconian thing you've ever heard. I think it did break and it did trend a couple weeks ago, like about a week and a half ago. But I think it picked up again because Amazon rolled all this back after the backlash of this. If you want to scroll down, there's like a little section that's got like the rules inside of this little checklist. Yeah, here we go. It's in the quote here. But you don't have to read all of this. But the ones that jump out at me and the ones that I'll mention, there's a lot of really ridiculous ones. Basically, you work for Amazon. You want to make a game on the side, right? You want to make something for ID at Xbox or something for Steam or both. Why not?
You mean not the Amazon gaming company?
Here's the thing. If you work on a game, first of all, you're not allowed to. And if you do, they reserve the right to use your work and do whatever they like to with it. That includes changing it. So they could take your idea and make your character pink instead of blue and then just market that as their game, and they'll sell it on all their stores and this and that. And you won't get a cut out of it forever. Also, my favorite one is number 2, where you can't use any Microsoft equipment, network connections, confidential information, know-how, or facilities to make your game, right? So we're going to skip down to number 7. Basically, if you do work on a game, they want you to use the Amazon services, so Amazon Web Service, the Amazon storefront, and you can only work on the game with fellow employees. So this whole thing is about how you can't make games, but if you're going to make a game, you can't use our stuff. But if you are going to make the game, you have to use it, including our employees. So that should just tell you what the whole rest of this list looks like. So basically, this whole thing blew up in Amazon's face. And this isn't a very uncommon one, but this is a very over-the-top one. There are clauses like this in contracts, and if you're wary of these, you can have some of these negotiated out. You can be like, hey, I am an independent developer. I will be making stuff on the side. For me to take this job, I can't sign this. And companies are willing to work with you and stuff like that and alter your contract and take some of these things out. But this isn't uncommon, but this is very over the top.
It sounds pretty rough, I must say. I've bumped into people. I won't mention their names because they're still employees under
Yeah, under
Uncle
NDAs and you can't say anything. Yeah,
Uncle Bezzy, and
this agreement.
some of them left prominent gaming companies with the promises that Amazon had all this money for a gaming company, and they not exactly got what they were expecting. If you know what I mean.
Thank you, London. It was number 8. Number 8 is the one where it says, as such, under this agreement, I may collaborate on personal games only with other Amazon employees who are eligible under this policy and who have accepted. So you can't use our stuff. You can't use any of your know-how. So, like, if you're learning a coding language at work, I got to code it in a different language. But then you can only do it with another employee. Like, what the? Yeah. So I had to share that. I just thought that was just... Way to go, Amazon. And they announced, keep in mind, this is the same company that announced 7 games 10 years ago, and 6 of them come out and all been flops and just embarrassments, and it never even came out. And now they're just but you can't make games. Why don't you work with the people that work there? If they have an idea, why don't you just finance their idea if it's good and just do that if you're going to take their shit anyway? Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Amazon. Doing the Amazon thing.
LexCorp in real life, ladies and gentlemen. It is. It's totally LexCorp.
Or if you're a Marvel fan, Roxxon. Is that safe to say?
Yeah. Roxxon would be the Marvel version, but yeah, it's totally LexCorp. Jeff Bezos is totally Lex Luthor from Superman Returns.
And now, what is this?
He's the Kevin Spacey one.
Oh, I see. Oh, geez, yeah, he would be. And then moving on, I didn't even hear about this. I'm paying attention to some news, but
this is a rumor.
Trilogy. It's not 1, 2, and 3.
No, it would be 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. This is a rumor. Nothing confirmed. Nothing like that. But honestly, you know what? These are games that do need a remaster because people do play these games a lot. It's actually, on a side note, I was watching Asmongold did some reaction. He was showing the most Googled games since 2004. And for the longest time, until 2017, San Andreas was in the top 20. It was in the top 10. All these other games came and went. WoW had come and been number 1 and fell off and wasn't even in there anymore. And San Andreas was still in the top 10.
Jeez.
And to me personally, it is my favorite GTA out of all of them.
I don't know about Sageville. Sageville, did you ever get into the GTAs?
No, I do have a streamer friend that's really into it. She's playing GTA 5, I think, and doing roleplay with it.
GTA 5 is a different beast. I linked a video in the notes for this. We should put it on all our medias and stuff. But it's a video by a YouTuber named, and don't be fooled by the name. It sounds weird. His name's Nakey Jakey. He does these hilarious video game breakdown documentaries and stuff. And he did one about no, but he's doing it he's doing it in this this is his rec room, and he looks like an 80s kid. He's like a 35-year-old 80s kid. It's hilarious. But he sits on a bouncing ball, those workout balls, and he's in front of a green screen, and he'll just do random shit. Anyway, but he has some really good points in this video, and this one totally broke the seal for me on the Rockstar games. Ever since I'd say GTA 4, I was just not feeling Rockstar games. Red Dead Redemption, it's something about them. I just wasn't feeling them. But he breaks it down perfectly in this video, and it's be warned, if you enjoy Rockstar games for what they are, the newer ones, don't be warned going into that video, because he does totally tell you here's where it stopped and here's what happened, and he totally gives you examples, and you're just holy shit. Because when I played 4 and 5, I just couldn't. There's something about it that didn't click to me.
Whoa, how old are we, buddy? That company started in '98.
What, Rockstar?
Yeah.
And they were around before then.
The Parks holder.
Yeah, they were around before then. They were DMA before that. It doesn't mean anything. They worked on an N64 game. I want to say a Body Harvest, and then
their first release as Rockstar Games official.
Yeah, they
Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack number 1, 99.
Yeah, because the first GTA was a DMA game.
And then Grand Theft Auto 2. Yep. It was.
I had that on shareware. That's when you can still get shareware.
DMA design.
Yeah, and DMA stands for doesn't mean anything. That's why they changed their name, because their other name was a placeholder.
And then when was Grand Theft Auto 3 was Rockstar North? Yep. And DMA design. Wow, wow, wow. Max Payne, Italian Job, Smuggler's Run, Vice City, Midnight Club, Manhunt.
Smuggler's Run like was one of the titles that kind of saved the launch of the PS2 because when the PS2 came out, it didn't really have any games. You had Tekken Tag Tournament, and you had Smuggler's Run, and you had
And Final Fantasy X, baby.
no, that wasn't a launch game.
Oh, you're right. People wanted it to be a launch game.
Yeah, that didn't come out till like 2 or 3 years later. And then what was the other one that like Fantasia, that like fireworks game? Remember that?
Got it. Yes, super whack. But I forgot about Manhunt. That game was so disturbing. 2004.
Banned in several countries still to this day.
And then Bully, and I feel that's when it started ticking down.
I
2007, 2008.
love Bully. Bully is underrated. Where is the update to that? Because it's changed so much since then. And even if you wanted to do like an old throwback, because that's what Bully is, he's not like in a modern school. It's kind of an old throwback. It's like a 50s, 60s. It's modern, but like the setting and how the people react, it's kind of like Leave It to Beaver-ish kind of. But this, if they did like a throwback version, but it was still modern that'd be really interesting, and I would love to see that. And multiplayer would be crazy. So I would love to see a new Bully instead of another GTA.
Well, we'll see what Rockstar does. I mean, I know they have their fan base. I don't think it's a secret to anybody at the podcast or any of the maniacs at home that know Loud and Brown. I don't know who Loud and Ground is. Loud and Brown.
Coffee?
It's the beer.
Loud and ground coffee.
Loud and Ground. Ooh, ideas. But I have my favorites. You know, I got my Capcom and I got my Square. And they've obviously... It's Square Enix, and they've obviously gone through big changes, but they've been such pillars of consistency for me over the last 20 years. Even the stuff I don't like even my disappointment with Kingdom Hearts 3, you better believe I still played the whole thing.
Does that
still
include like Hitman and like Marvel's Avengers and like...
Yeah, and of course there's obviously the licensing games, but I guess I'm talking about the things I choose to play from the company. It's not that I don't go 4 years waiting for a single title to come out. Like
Sure.
Capcom and Square will always have something for me to play.
True.
Which is
Okay.
And
I see it though.
And I enjoy it quite a bit. You know, I fell off of Street Fighter V. It kind of went in a gnarly direction, but you know, every now and then if I have a drink or two of New Belgium, I will jump online and just have fun with it. And I'm looking forward to, we'll see, the next Resident Evil. Maybe they go in, you know, what directions they take. And I still got to play that one, actually. I haven't played 8 yet. I need to.
I haven't played 7, 8,
but
6.
I played 6. But so many things in the market. Obviously, I love fighting games. And if these two worlds can combine, if these two worlds can pull a Smash Brothers, and
I like Capcom in as much as I like some of the medium and smaller games that they do, and I like that they go back and when they remix some of their older games, like Strider, for example, that game's awesome.
Oh,
and they did a great job with it.
With the age that you and I are, I bet you love their Clover Studios project. That's when they did Beautiful Joe.
Yes.
That's when they did all like the quasi
that's right.
games.
It was like Clover. Like somebody like whispered at the beginning. What's the last thing they did though? Mad World?
Yeah, they just did a little run, and they I believe that was the studio that did
Okami too, right?
Yeah, they did Beautiful Joe, Okami, and God Hand. They only did the 3 games.
Where is God Hand?
Wasn't that awesome?
Where is that game? How is that
crazy.
Not on a current system? That's the stupidest
thing
ever.
Because while all of these were going out, they were drowning under the failure of Automodelista, the failure of...
Dude, that was 12, 15 years ago. Like, move along.
I mean, so was God Hand was a while ago.
You're Capcom like now. Like you don't even have to do it. Just outsource it and have somebody upscale it and just like make it over the top, and there you go.
Here's hoping,
because Bayonetta sells like crazy, and it's only on Nintendo.
I know.
It sells like crazy.
I hit up that list thinking I was gonna see Asura's Revenge. I thought that was Clover because it's so crazy. I was wrong.
Who makes that?
There's something about it that seemed fringe about
Yeah.
it. Like, it didn't look like a AAA. It looked like a wild swing, like Okami and Beautiful Joe. I was like, hey, here's slightly more high concept games that not everybody's gonna dig. Man, Beautiful Joe is so good.
Yeah, it was. I played that on GameCube.
That's the one. Oh, and we're rambling. I thought we were
Yeah,
headed
we
to
are.
a break but I forgot that Dragon Age has a freaking title. What's going on with
Oh.
Dragon Age?
Nothing exciting. It's just a fun fact about Dragon Age. You don't have to share anything or anything. It's
Too late.
just all right. So Dragon Age got its name from a random name generator. It wasn't
They
even about dragons until they did that.
So
they
this was
pulled a
this was-
Childish Gambino
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the
Mhm.
Childish Gambino of gaming, huh?
Uh-huh.
and Saverings ... Do you want to explain to the maniacs what you mean by that? I don't know if everybody has that knowledge.
Oh well, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, whoever, whatever you might know him as, his rap name, Childish Gambino, he got from the Wu-Tang name generator, and I went to that, and it gave me something like totally lame, like it was weak. So yeah, that's kind of the meme, the name generator bit. You know what? I'm also thinking, is that where Mass Effect came from, and freaking Jade Dragon, and like half the BioWare games. Yeah.
Maybe we're doing this
Oh.
live right now, baby. I'm wooing me.
I just put my name through the Wu-Tang generator.
Yes.
Tormentor Chromatic.
That is good.
That's actually good. That's
Mine
way
is
better than
cat
mine.
sympathetic, and everybody knows that's definitely not me.
Maybe on the inside.
I'm not sympathetic to cats at all.
There's one.
Is there a dog?
There's a couple of them, and you can go to a link and it'll tell you the exact one that he used. Yeah, here it is. It's the Mess B one.
Oh. But we'll link it on our Facebook and on our Twitter. Maniacs, if you're having a hard time having a game handle, let RZA and the Woo make you eternal, just like they did with Childish Gambino. I am not cat sympathetic. Thank you very much.
Too
I
late.
refreshed and tried it again, and they gave me cat sympathetic. So
Yeah, too late.
I got
cat sympathetic.
sarcastic. Oh, okay, I get it. Sarcastic madman. It just,
Oh,
they
did you
spelled it
throw
weird.
that? Can someone throw that in the Twitch feed so we can get our boy Caliph82 in there?
Ooh,
He
this one's-
MCs too. That dude will spit bars at you. He's a lawyer based out of DC, and you put enough whiskey in him, and he'll just start battling you in the middle of a bar. He
Yo.
is awesome.
I got a good one, and this kind of fits me too. Quiet Demon.
I like Quiet Demon. Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's good beer. All right, so we're at the break.
Yeah, go for it. Who's gonna do the ad break?
You know you're the ad break man. You have the copy down pat. It's on the back of your headband.
You're perfect.
Ooh, Lucky Bandit. I'll go as Lucky Bandit. That
That's a
sounds
good one.
way more like me.
That's better. Yeah.
Yo,
Quiet.
Lucky Bandit here.
The RZA, the Jizza, Quiet Demon, Method
Lucky
Man,
Bandit.
Raekwon, You God, Lucky
I just
Demon.
Uh-oh.
put my
Sage got one.
username in, and I'm Foolish Hunter.
Foolish Hunker.
Foolish Hunter.
Hunter.
Foolish Hunter in the
That's my
house.
username.
Oh my God, that's so freaking great. Well, Maniacs, it's good to know that you're still with us, and we enjoy having you here. We're still brought to you by Voodoo Ranger IPA, B Corp certified, employee owned. # Live Rangerously. Seriously, their Twitter is great and all, but follow their IG. It is hot fire, and it'll give you the best updates for when they release new cans. They're almost doing a supreme method with this, with dropping, with dropping different cans and like being limited and everything. I already forgot what my MC name was. What was it again?
Lucky something.
Lucky Bandit.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at this.
Are you
Bullet
changing
fit?
your screen name?
Yeah. Yeah, baby,
Lucky Bandit. There you go.
forever.
Quiet Demon.
Quiet Demon.
And
Let's
you were
go. Let's
Foolish
go.
Hunter.
But if you haven't already,
Sarcastic madman.
we got a lot of ways that you follow us, and we got a lot of hosts tinkering, and then London tries to rein it in, and all of us running around with our chickens' heads cut off. We got the Prince of Parmesan in the region of Rigatoni. We have the liaison lasagna,
And the proud owner of a PS5.
Keith the Boogie!
So he can play Fortnite on it.
He is the sultan of the of the network that takes care of all of us here, and we love him for it. And we are here by his good graces. And he got all those connects and points us in the right direction. Every now and then I'm like, why are we doing this? And then like, look, now bonus round is out in the open, and it's like a real thing, and it wouldn't have happened without Craving Amazing and Keith the Boogie. So big shout out to that, y'all. And we got to move on because we got some more topics. Do we not? Oh yeah, this was the uplifting part of the podcast. We talked about fun stuff and releases.
Were you guys having a good day?
Are you having a good day? We're about to bury it. We're gonna start off good.
Let's remind you that it's Monday.
It is Monday. It's the Monday after Friday the 13th. Everybody inhaled a good amount of smoke. Not the kind that you buy from the Reef.
Not the good kind.
Go support the Reef.
Yeah.
They care about people. Don't go to Uncle Ike's. Okay. Moving on. London with a Y. We are moving to Jacko, added to Guilty Gear. We are officially in the FGC corner, and a trailer dropped this week of a new character. It's from Guilty Gear.
Another one?
It's from Guilty Gear Zerd. Oh, Daisuke is not trying to make you wait.
Put them all in.
Yeah, he's not trying to make you wait for it. Like, they have these on deck.
Yeah. It seems like this one with the engine and the presentation, this one's going to be like kind of a definitive one. So you might as well just put all your characters in it at some point.
Yeah, they're moving nice and quick.
Oh, she looks cool.
Yeah,
she's from a previous game, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a pet and trap character, which is my least favorite anime type, but they make her real interesting. See, look at that.
Could you explain to some of the viewers? Maybe,
these are the traps right here. They could level up, and she has a pet. It's her ball and chain that she uses as like she could walk on and everything.
That gap though.
Yeah, that thigh gap, and she hula hoops, and see. Throwing things, those you don't want to level up because they get stronger and do multiple hits. So you're basically stopping her from setting up.
Those jiggle physics, though.
She's one of those characters. She's one of those jiggle physic characters. But
she's got the halo over her head, just like my character on Final Fantasy. That's dope.
Yeah,
so and you know your main.
It's a complete opposite from Goldweiss Dixie. Like the character they announced before is like a large, ambiguously Caucasian man that holds a coffin. But we're excited. I mean, I'm excited. And London with a Y, I'm just going to have you play that next video why I talk about Guilty Gear. Because one of my favorite accounts on YouTube, he goes by ABI Tutorial. He's an he's an animator. Or he might do animation design. And he breaks down anime and fighting game and regular action game animations and why it works. He hates NetherRealm Studios, and he explains
it's not supposed
why.
To be art for them though. People need to chill out. That's supposed to be like big dumb American action popcorn movie. Like stop trying to bring it down. That's what it is.
But I get
it though.
Yeah, he breaks it down from an animation point. He breaks down.
It's fine though. It's not Schindler's List.
but look at this. It's all the people talking about Guilty Gear, and he just kind of puts down
metal
in 30
bars?
minutes. Yeah, a lot of the hardcore fans are complaining that the life bars and stuff aren't made out of metal anymore.
Oh.
And they said, this game's not rock and roll anymore. Anyway, if we're talking about a fighting game that really hits all the boxes, this is the most in-depth training mode I've ever seen in a game that doesn't just like teach you combos or teaches you the special moves. It teaches you how to block. It teaches you how to hit confirm. It teaches you like the actual person-to-person mechanics of the game. It teaches you how to be better at fighting games without like technical efficiency, just game knowledge. For example, it's the equivalent of when you're playing first-person shooters of knowing the stage before getting, 180 no scope like snipes. Like, yeah, you could win with those, but like game knowledge and knowing what you're doing helps a lot. And this game really, really teaches you that. It also explains why the music's important, why the game looks beautiful. Like, and of course, at the end of the video, they explain that the netcode is fantastic. And if you like rock and roll, it just makes everything a lot easier.
I have a
And
prediction.
yeah,
I think after this, and this makes the circuit, and people are playing it for a while. I think whenever that next big whatever comes out, I think they're going to see a lot higher levels of gameplay than you might have maybe seen on that. So, like, let's say like Street Fighter, what do they be? Street Fighter 6 or whatever.
It's gonna be 6, yeah.
Okay, so or whatever the next Tekken 8 or whatever the next thing is. I think you're going to see a lot higher level gameplay on those, kind of by default, because Guilty Gear has always been this kind of like, harder to access game. Like the combos weren't quite what you're expecting. And with them adding things like everything you were just talking about, tutorials, letting you,
Thank you, Lennon.
all that kind of stuff, teaching you how to play the game. I think if people cut their teeth and get really good at that, especially people that were playing fighting games before, and then when they go back to something like whatever the new Street Fighter, whatever the new Tekken, Soul Calibur, whatever it might be, or whatever's like not like a 3D game. I just named all 3D games basically. But whatever is the next big whatever, Dragon Ball Fighter Z2, whatever it is.
Persona.
I think,
got it.
Yeah, Persona. Yeah, you're gonna see a little bit higher gameplay because this is like training in like 100 times gravity. Is Guilty Gear with all this extra stuff, and then when you go back to whatever the next thing, it's either gonna have to be real crazy, or I think people are just gonna just smash on it from the beginning.
I think that you may be wrong because Tekken 7 did this special sauce they did with 7. Tekken wasn't always a very easy game either. And what they did with 7 is they didn't want to be Street Fighter. They didn't want to make it easy mode. Oh, I'm dying. Hit this trigger and I get comeback effects. They gave you options to be able to come back. They gave special moves in case you didn't learn combos. But they kept the high skill ceiling, but made it approachable. The problem with Guilty Gear is it was never approachable. It was only a high skill ceiling.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like they're following the template that Tekken 7 has done. And I think, that's almost a 5-year-old game. I think that's the new move. Because once you get to an intermediate level at Tekken, mashing doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Same thing with Soul Calibur, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so sad Soul Calibur came and went. But I think Guilty Gear has their head in the right place. I know it's still going on, but it's not as strong as I had previously thought, because I thought it was going to hit like Tekken.
I think the Soul Caliburs hit less and less over time. I think they should space them out for sure. And I think they should not try to be so flashy and get back to the substance of it, because Soul Calibur 1, 2, and probably 3. 3's like when it started getting flashy to me. Where like all that shit going on the screen is just like, well, what is all this? Fireworks. Can we just
before they entered armor break?
Yeah, all that stuff, like all that extra like levels. Just take it back to like 1 and 2. I don't even know where I was going, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I think it's raising the skill ceiling with the Guilty Gear, and I think everything else past that is going to feel a little bit easier and a little bit more in the groove. I don't know. You're right. I could be wrong, but it seems like if people are getting more into the typically inaccessible game, I think the next accessible game is going to be a little easier for people.
I hear you, and that's exactly what Dragon Ball was. Dragon Ball came out.
Something like Dragon Ball, yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put a link here.
Yeah, that's a good one, because Dragon Ball, a lot of people who were just okay at fighting games could pick that up, and they became pretty good at those games. Even went past a game that they normally would button mash in, they were into the combos and everything like that. So yeah.
I see that. I think there's room for both, because in a world where there's a very technical game that has a good fan base like Soul Calibur, they made Samurai Showdown to be different by design. They're like,
I love
exactly, but they're like, Sam Show has to be different because there's already a really good weapons-based game. And to connect all the dots to what I was talking about, this is the last positive thing we have to say left on this podcast. Baiken from Guilty Gear just got added to Samurai Showdown, and she looks amazing. Nice. And we all now understand why Baiken is not in Guilty Gear yet, is because they had to sit on their hands and be like, she's coming. She's not coming to the game you think she is. And she looks so good in Samurai Showdown. She looks so good.
What Samurai Showdown are they on right now?
This is 5.
5?
Oh.
This can't be 5.
No, you're right.
This is like 8 or 9 at this point, right?
I don't
They
know.
probably
because-
they probably stopped putting numbers at it, and it's like Samurai Showdown
yeah,
DX blah blah blah.
it's just called Samurai Showdown. I think that's
Okay.
why it threw me off.
Okay. So yeah, but this is technically like Samurai Showdown like 9, at least.
Yeah, and yeah, because they did 64, 5, 6 mobile anthology Neo Geo.
Okay, so it's like 7. It's like Tekken then.
Yeah, 2019 they just went down and called it Samurai Showdown again. They just reset it.
And I will say
So-
this: the first couple
It's technically
Tekkens,
7. It's
the
technically
first
7.
couple of original Tekkens, especially Tekken 2, Tekken 1 and 2, those were picked up and played on the original PlayStation, on the OG PlayStation controller, by a ton of people whose first game system was a PlayStation, and people were able to pick that up and get into it. Because I was playing video games long before a lot of my friends and like people as an adult in college and stuff were playing video games, and they would hand me my ass in Tekken, and I was still pretty decent at it, even though I didn't play it all that much. I was still pretty decent. I could beat most people. But yeah, if they played it a little bit more than me, they would spank me. So I think the first 2 Tekkens were kind of accessible, especially with like only like 2 buttons or 4 buttons and just the face pad. So
Yeah, and every character had 100% hit that you could just swing out and
yeah, and flip the other person around. Yeah,
No. Like everybody, it was either like forward 2 punches with Horang. It was like
yeah,
upright,
and
2
everybody
kicks.
knew the grabs.
And it
hit
was like,
this, hit this.
ooh, and it would be a big yellow pixel
Yeah,
building and building, and it knew you had to get out of the way.
yeah,
It was great. It kind of taught everybody, this is how you get up. No. You have to get up. You can't just keep mashing buttons because you're about to be hit by this freaking this doom bringer.
unless you're the
And-
capoeira guy, then you can just hit buttons.
And comma, another pause before we get to the sad news, because this applies to save rings, ... We need to talk about what the most perfect game for Versus is, and our buddy Caliph 82 says it was Tecmo Super Bowl for the NES. And is that beatable in terms of competitive gaming ever?
Yes.
What if
wait,
he's using
hold
the Dolphins, though?
Are we talking like couch co-op, sit down with your buddy and talk shit right next to each other?
Yeah, is there
Type
anything
games?
better?
Oh, dude, there's so many. I wouldn't say. Okay, wait. What did he say? He said Tecmo Super Bowl, right?
Tecmo
That's
Super Bowl
definitely
for
up
the
there.
NES.
That's S tier for sure. That's S tier. That's up there. But the other S tier games, basically almost any Mario Kart game, basically almost any Smash Brothers game. Would be another good one, like a versus one. RBI baseball on the NES. Top Gear Rally.
Oh,
That's
geez.
that's a very underrated racing game. But if you're playing that co-op with a friend, and even co-op gets competitive because you both want to come in first.
I see.
I'm drawing blanks, but I know there's
It's okay.
yeah.
All we need to know is our buddy Basil is wrong, and we will move on.
Yeah.
Take that, Caliph. Now,
He's not
juicy-
wrong though. That's definitely S tier. But
and now
This
to
is
the
the
great
best.
news, everybody. Mark the time. We're at 52 minutes. Is PAX going to suck this year? And how hard is it going to suck? That's the big question I propose to everybody. We got a link. There's a mask mandate, which is good and safe. But, with the face covering guidelines, the very small amount of people holding events, they do have events planned and musical guests, but and badges are still on sale. It's in 2 weeks. I can't it's absurd. I can't believe
You have a badge, don't you?
I do have a badge. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hang on and play games and maybe get some codes, but I am not expecting the greatest gaming convention that I've ever been to.
no.
I go every year just because I go every year.
Well, just keep it in mind. It'll probably be of the same magnitude, but there'll be less people, so you'll be able to walk around and see everything. I think a little bit quicker. So
That would be pretty tight. Just
look on
hands
the bright
on
side.
every game.
Yeah.
Sanitizer everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna smell like Purell at the end of the day.
Hands are gonna be ashy as hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean more than usual. Hey. So we'll see. I have some friends that went to Ren Fair and they liked it. It was. I've heard from some crew that it was obviously different than other years.
They hired different performers this year too.
Oh. And it was. Yeah. from the people I heard from, it seemed like the organization wasn't as tight as previous years, but it was so different. Like they were grasping it. I totally get it. I've luckily been able to play live music recently, and veterans that have been working in music venues for like decades. Everything was so weird. Everybody looked like this was the first time doing. Everybody's scrambling. Oh, we don't have the drum set mic'd up. Ah! And they're just running around because everybody's out of practice. Perhaps the people that were running, Ren Fair probably did other events throughout the year. And if they haven't run any events in the last 15 months, shake the cobwebs off, The efficiency wasn't there. So PAX might be a little rough, my friends. If I show up on Friday at 10 o'clock, going to be people still manufacturing the booths. Hey, send everybody back outside. We're not ready yet.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. It'll just be PAX with fewer people.
All right. Well,
yeah.
That was easy.
And worst comes to worst, check out Steam and PlayStation Network, and I'm sure some other places will have games and demos and stuff you can check out. So you can follow it online because a lot more of it's online.
Okay.
So it's not the worst thing. At least they're still having it. So
you know what the worst thing is?
It's up.
Cyberpunk 2077.
It's up there, man.
Go on. Penultimate topic. Let's party. Let's keep dumping on this beautiful title.
This is the new Fallout 76.
Oh jeez.
I don't really have it. Whose was this? I don't really have anything on this.
Oh, I just saw this and thought it was a hilarious topic because it says their new patch will ensure fans stop having sex with the wrong character.
I know what this is about. So there was a lot of talk and stuff on Reddit and a couple of like really honest video reviews that weren't sponsored by anything. And they said, and it actually trended, and people were collecting these stories and compiling them on Reddit and on Twitter and places like this. But basically, there was a lot of people that were playing the game, just regular people too, that made like a romantic choice in the game, or said something flirty just to say it. And next thing you know, they're having sex with whatever, and they're just like, I didn't want this, and they're just like sitting there like forced to watch it because like I don't want to turn it off because like it's going to delete my progress. Like maybe when it's done, I can roll it back, but then you're being forced to sit through this scene of your character having sex with something you don't want it to be having sex with, and you're just like, so I think that's what it is. I think this patch, I'm just gonna guess, I haven't read the article, I think this patch gives you an out where it warns you that hey, this is about to get sexy or something like that. I don't know. What was it do?
They should have done a thing like there's got to be a Venn diagram for hardcore gamers and people that love theater.
My favorite.
What does it say? What do you see, Sage?
Because you were talking about how this was happening, so it led to headlines like men are having a very normal one about accidentally boning guys in Cyberpunk.
yeah. Because it'll just be a line, and then you think it's being friendly or something, but the other person takes it as a come on, and the next thing you know, you're like having sex with a dude. You're like, what? I didn't sign up for this.
I didn't want to do this, bro.
Yeah, like oh no. Yeah, it's just like, but I don't want to turn it off because then like it might corrupt my save or something. So yeah.
I just thought they could do something. I was gonna reference the theatrical production of Pippin, where anytime something like that happened, they would go behind like curtains and you would just see clothes flying around.
Yeah. Pippin is also the name of a really cool hidden character, or not secret, but the kind of this character kind of pops up in your face and you're like, oh, I didn't even know you existed. There's a really cool character in Final Fantasy 14 named Pippin.
Oh, hey, what do you know? Final Fantasy 14 reference? Get out of here. No way.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
No way.
Star Wars references in there. There's a Biggs and a Wedge.
I don't even know what Star Wars is. Oh, and then finally, on this last somber note, how the mighty have fallen. Holy cow. I missed the podcast last week, so I don't know how much you talked about it. So I'm leaving this up to Sage Bell and Can't Quit Final Fantasy 14. Actually, wait, what were your MC names from Wu-Tang?
Quiet Demon.
Sarcastic Madman.
Sarcastic Madman and Quiet Demon, take it.
Well, as you know, Activision Blizzard is just continually disappointing over and over again. And this is not surprising at all to see this title of them just dead naming transgender employees, like intentionally. If you're going to go to booths and sexually harass women, of course you're going to go around and dead name people, and because you have no respect for other people.
Wow.
just freaking tacked on to another, just like the pile of stuff that's going on against them. And
Wow.
to boost one of my favorite companies, I said this over 2 years ago, but one of the prominent people in the FGC for Street Fighter transitioned over the last years, and her first big tournament, you can see in the chat being like, "Oh, commentators are gonna blow it on this one." They're not, and they nailed it, perfect. Didn't cross any of the wires at all. Got it all straight, and I was like, it matters that they cared enough.
Wow.
They probably had a side meeting going, Ricky goes by her now, making sure you get it straight.
And
She's got the same sponsors. Everything is cool. Everything is Gucci.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like, it makes it worse when it's the same company that wants to apologize for things. How many times has Blizzard apologized for something in like the last, and for things they really could have apologized for 3 or 4 times more things, but they've apologized what, off the top of my head, like twice in like the last like 2 years for something, and they're always like, here at Blizzard we blah blah blah, and then it just makes it worse. It's just wow. Literally wow, literally and figuratively wow. So
and
I got nothing to say on that.
Yeah, this will bring us to our final statements here, and we'll start in reverse. Oh, we'll start off with me, I guess. Lucky Bandit on deck on no socials. You can only catch me on the mic at Can you imagine me trying to battle someone?
Yes.
Oh man. Hold on.
No, don't do that.
Oh, what?
Just rap.
Yeah.
I bet you could.
No, I cannot.
And like not even over like some regular like music you wouldn't think people could freestyle over. You could even, I don't know. I could see you there under the right conditions and right laboratory conditions. I think you could do it.
I'd need quite a bit of booze. I think I'd have to loosen me up. I think if I ever smoked, maybe if I ever indulged in the cannabis, I give you like freaking 16 bars right out the.
I think you could. Yeah, if we give you like a nice sativa and like you're already nice and hype, I think you could. I think you'd be like, yeah.
No doubt. I have been Instagram and Twitter, Loud and Brown. I am Gross Stuff with a PH on PlayStation and Steam. I have not played an Activision Blizzard game since the Fallout from a couple weeks ago. I can't get myself to do it. And we've talked about this recently. A handful of my friends that did play Overwatch on PlayStation have all kind of stopped. I never really got that good at PC. And when I finally learned how to hook up a controller to my PC, I looked at how many skins and stuff I needed to buy for cosmetics. And like, it was just a dampener on the whole thing. And I said, and I would follow along, but now the reason for me to keep following is gone, and I don't care anymore. So I'm good. I got the companies that I do care for, and I will move on.
What you got, Sage Bell? Is that Uber Eats? What you got?
So we have a guest over, and they made a blueberry lemon cake.
Damn.
Oh, adorable.
Is that like crumble on top of it?
I think it's brown sugar.
Nice.
Okay, but that's all for me. Moving to saverings ... Can't quit Final Fantasy 14.
That's true. I can quit anytime I want. That being said, find me on Final Fantasy.
Instead of WoW.
Yeah, definitely instead of WoW. On a note, I haven't played anything Blizzard since the whole Hong Kong thing with Hearthstone.
That would have been a good time to stop.
And I was playing Classic WoW because I missed it when it first came out because I hated WoW.
That's right.
I resented WoW. I didn't touch WoW until the 3rd expansion was coming out, and only because the 3rd expansion was a ripoff of the 3rd expansion of EverQuest. And I wanted just to see what that was about. So yeah, I didn't play it when it first came out, and like the whole Hong Kong thing happened, and I was like, okay, I'm done. And I uninstalled it, and I haven't gone back. That's really all I got. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Everybody take care out there. And it was good to see you guys and good to be seen. And I'll kick it up to Sage Bell.
Hi. Well, I'll see you.
That was a dramatic turn.
I know.
You did a little whip. That was so good.
You'll see me on twitch.tv/SageBell, Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, playing a variety of random games. You'll know by the time I stream what I'm playing because it changes every week. You
Woo!
can also follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm the most active.
Super
Nice.
tight.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. This has been 132 episodes of the Salt Tier Podcast. The very greatest video game podcast where your argument is.
Invalid.
This has been a production of Voodoo Ranger IPA and us.
Soundcasting Network.
Thank you kindly. And that's it.